There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover, bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, June 1st. Happy June, everyone. Welcome to the show. Get ready for our sports betting day here. We're talking mostly Major League Baseball here today and some WNBA as well as part of our featured coverage here on this Sunday, but there's also some great college baseball. We're just underway at the Spanish Grand Prix right now, and Piastri out there, Verstappen, Norris out there as well. So just underway there in Spain, and we've got tennis action here as well. Loaded up after we've seen a couple of matches here already with Tommy Paul, straight sets winner over Poppy, and we had Spinolina over Paolini. Man, I took another one on the chin there. I liked Paolini there in that one. Iga's trying to come back against Rybakina right now, and Qinwen Zhang and Samsonova look like they're going to go 3 as well. So some great action at the French Open. All right, hope you guys were able to join us last night here for our coverage. Didn't quite work out, at least for the fans, with the main event last night. Kind of a stunner when Macy Barber refused to come out. They said she was feeling a little bit ill there at the timing of the event, so just didn't get a main event out of last night's card, and everybody was pretty disappointed in the action, but we did have some fun there with the guys last night here on the Sports Money Network. We were there live for some companion coverage. We had some winners there on the card. I didn't have as many winners as I would have liked to yesterday. I did have a few here for sure yesterday, including Oki there. I also had Levitt by submission as a winner. Basically went 6-3 on the card. I did have Reese to win, however you scored it there, and I had Jacoby. Also, I had Brahmahaj by submission. He got that one done, and I had Gamrot yesterday as well. So a good day of action there at the UFC Apex, but again, didn't get that main event with Blanchfield and Barber after Barber had to pull out late there, citing an illness. He said she did have some seizures there. She'd had a world of trouble with her health leading up to the event, and makes you lean to suspect that maybe the screening of the fighter didn't really work out there. She made it to the weigh-in yesterday, but definitely a bit of a story there late last night at the UFC. All right, let me say hello to the folks strolling in here as we get ready for the show. We'll preview our baseball. What else are we going to do? What else interests you on this day? Robert McCormick is here. Andrew G's liking the tennis as well. Cash Kane is here this morning. Here's Duke. He's ready to roll today as well. He had the Pacers yesterday. Let's not bury the lead here in some of our coverage from yesterday with the NBA's Indiana Pacers over the New York Knicks here with the win on Sunday to advance. We got the NBA Finals, and, well, you have the Oklahoma City Thunder basically minus 700 favorite to win the NBA Finals. So could be a live dog. Everyone thinks Indiana matches up very, very well with OKC. I'm not sure if that is the case, actually. Does anybody really match up with OKC this season? Maybe we've been pulling our proverbial hair out and not needing to necessarily, but great job by Indiana. Hey, I caught him last night as well here, right, on the morning steam. I had him as well yesterday, Indiana, over the Knicks to advance. So they were able to get it done in last night's game. Final score, of course, 125 to 108 as the Pacers pulled away, win the third quarter, much like maybe we described how they might win. The Knicks, look, if you told the Knicks, what the score would be at halftime, they probably would have taken it. They did a great job in the first half to remain in that game. But in the end, or at least especially in the third quarter, Indiana started their run and just made it too tough for the Knicks. And the Pacers end up winning it there in the sixth game to advance to the NBA Finals, take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll get underway with the NBA Finals here this week. We've already seen the line come out also for game number 1 on Thursday, and it is Indiana 9-point dog against Oklahoma City in the total 230.5 here. Well, what happened to the playoffs, huh? Kripke is here today. He's got the Dodgers on the run line. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And Toucan's watching the tennis here as well. Bix Tech is here, or you could just say... Thank you for coming here. Good morning to Solo here today. Nick Handy as well. Irish King is coming through here today. And that was right. Bobby says here how important that start is at some of these races. Katie Wynn, so nice to have you around here. Hope you've been well. And see what else we've got. I think that might be it from the early comers here today. And Duke was saying those guys were betting on Indiana there yesterday. All right. And Dirty Red says he had a rough time there with the matches last night. See, I don't know. 6-3, I didn't feel it was that great, but maybe because the guys were winning so much, and I just feel like I don't get all the right picks there. I'm supposed to be hanging out with the smartest guys in the game, Nick Handy, like the Pacers. Kripke says it won't happen in the end, but maybe it will, says Nick Handy. All right. Irish Kings talking about some of the stars of social media. You wonder how come I'm not a big social media star out there, huh? Maybe I need to be a little more maybe I need to get up in those spaces and give my opinion when all those guys are talking. But I'm busy handicapping. See, what happens is on all these guys on social media that are attracting all the attention, when do they handicap? Do they just pull it out of a hat and they're always right? When they're doing all their shows and attention grabbing, I'm busy handicapping. Okay, Andrew says it was another blowout. All right, let's take a look at what has some happened in Major League Baseball yesterday. We were able to come through a little bit there for sure, and some of the action here with the Chicago Cubs game to go under. Yeah, I went double, right? I said Reds and under. Reds were okay, but the Cubs got it done because Pomeranz, with his start, we may see more starting from Pomeranz. His numbers are incredible so far this season as a reliever. Got the start on kind of an opener situation, but went a little bit deeper and did a good job there. The Reds and the Cubs game did go under. We had that one there. Also, I had the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line because we needed that extra run and a half there as the Brewers smacked down on Philadelphia yesterday. Also had a premium pick winner with the White Sox and the Orioles game to go under. I guess there was no fight this time around, but the game did go under for a premium pick winner for me here on the Sports Money Network. Also, we had the under over at Tony's Picks with St. Louis and Texas. Of course, we keep going under in Texas games. That's what we do here because we like money. So we just keep doing the same thing over and over. Also, had a winner here on the show with the New York Mets on the alternate run line, lane 2.5 to Colorado. I mean, I did it. Hopefully, you did it too. We also had a premium pick winner in that game. Colorado and the Mets game to go over yesterday was our premium pick. Also, I had the winner over at Tony's again with San Francisco and Milwaukee game to go under yesterday is my high roller premium. Also, hopefully you caught the show there yesterday, Cover the Spread, where I said take the Royals over the Tigers, and I had that one as a winner. And also we had the under here on the show with Detroit and Kansas City yesterday as Waka outdueled Scooble in a 1-0 final score in that one. Also, I had another premium pick winner over there at Tony's yesterday. Was rolling early with those picks, but it was Tampa Bay over Houston, big time there yesterday. But hey, we had it here for sure. And also, we had the winner here on the show with Boston and Atlanta to go under with Bueller and Schwellenbach. Also had a winner here on the show with Minnesota and Seattle to go over yesterday. And also a winner over there again at Tony's with the Yankees and the Dodgers game to go over. Another winner over there with some of my premium picks. And we did have a premium pick here on my sports money premiums with Pittsburgh to go under there yesterday against the Padres. And Padres, another loss here, kind of struggling a bit with the bullpen, now with the offense too a little bit. You wonder if they can score today. And finally, we did have the over in the late game between Washington and Atlanta, and it won in the first inning with nobody out because it was 10-0. I think score was there, and we did have the winner on that Cover the Spread show that I'm on with the Nationals on the run line. Also, yesterday, plenty of college baseball, and I'll be hopefully bringing you some winners today as well over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Please consider checking me out if you want more winners today, hopefully, in college baseball. We're in the regionals here. It's going to be a big day of regionals and fast action too. So make sure you're joining me because the games are going to come in with the early starts, and then we'll get the late starts. And we'll have some big time fun as we whittle it down here. Try to get to Omaha here this weekend for try to get to the Super Regionals here for the next week before we head to Omaha for the World Series. So did have an exciting day of action. A lot of runs, of course, and a lot of winners as well. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. We did come through with some of the premium pick winners yesterday for the subscribers. We had the winners here in the morning, right? And I think we swept the card. We just gave out the early plays, remember, on the show?
Final.
Here yesterday with a lot of the games, right? Remember the early games we had? We said go under in the Kentucky game. It went under. We said go over in that Miami of Ohio game against, and it went over. We had, what else? Bethune-Cookman plus the runs, it won. We had the over in the Western Kentucky game in that one too. We were winning all those early games here on the show yesterday. Oklahoma State and Binghamton to go over. We were 5-0 with those early picks here on the show. And, well, we did come through with a few premium winners yesterday, including TCU and Oklahoma State game to go under. We had the Kansas on the run line. And what else did we have here? Duke. Duke over Georgia, yep. And some other winners there included late last night, Arizona laying the runs against Utah Valley. yesterday, so some exciting action there in college baseball. Also, Champions League final, we did give out PSG to lift the trophy, and I did have the premium winner over at Tony's with the over in the Champions League final. Turned out to be a bore in the end with a 5-0 final score. That's like the equivalent of 35-0 Super Bowl, where you could tune it out at halftime. Also, did have a winner yesterday over on the WNBA show that I'm on with Chicago and Dallas to go over yesterday in the W. So that was some of the fun and excitement. My MLS package was awful there yesterday. Not even going to discuss it. All right, say hello to a few more, and then we're ready to go. We're talking mostly baseball here today, and Futon bets. He's got a nerfy in the early game here, but we don't get the 11:30 a.m. start today, huh? We just have to go with the early game being the Cardinals and the Rangers at 1:05 Eastern today. And Terrell likes that Sky team and how they are improving there with that road win over Dallas. Yeah, I probably make the wrong call, though I did anyway, huh? And Andrew G says the Yankees-Dodgers series has been a disappointment, I think is what he's saying, because these blowouts, huh?
Team play.
Fernando here today. Thank you. Got some exciting matchups, though, in college baseball coming up here. Early action. We got kind of the big teams hanging on here. You got Georgia and Oklahoma State, Oklahoma and Nebraska, Clemson and Kentucky, Florida and East Carolina again, Wake Forest and Cincinnati. Some rematches going on. Northeastern and Mississippi State, North Carolina State and Stetson, Texas and Kansas State, Dallas Baptist and Little Rock, North Dakota State and Creighton, among others here today. Good morning to Wine Time joining us as well. Terrell says the Dodgers having the big run there, racking up all those runs there in the series. Let's see who else is here. Textiles is here today. And let's see what else. There's Fernando talking about the blowout there in soccer. And he said that PSG had just too much for Inter there yesterday. All right. Let's get started here with the coverage. Thank you guys. I think we kind of covered some of the action here, and they're in that third set. Rybakina and Swiatek probably going to come down to the finish here for sure. And Samsonova and Kinwin Zhang also getting down to the third set here right now. All right, let's go to that first game that was mentioned there with you guys. The Cardinals taking on the Rangers here with Fetty taking on Jake DeGrom here in this one. Seems like a, recipe for an under, doesn't it? I don't know. I'll probably look, we've been giving out, it seems too easy to just give out the under every time in this series. Maybe we can go to the side and pick a winner today. Let's see what you guys have in this one with Fetty and, of course, Jake DeGrom. I mean, that's going to be a little bit of an advantage, at least here for DeGrom, I would guess. But look, the Cardinals have done a nice job here right now. They're on fire pretty much for the most part. You look at the Cardinals right now. I'm not saying we didn't see it coming necessarily here, but when you think of the Cardinals and maybe the expectations or maybe the disappointment of the last couple of seasons, see the Cardinals running so well here right now at 8 games over 500 here, and they come in as a pretty sizable dog at this point, and they won yesterday's game, don't forget, 2-0 with a pitching performance of their own, as we mentioned it, right, with Gray and Corbin. I know I went with Corbin here on the show, but Sonny Gray was spinning it again and did a good job, so you got to like what these Cardinals continue to do right now, and what the Rangers can't do is hit. And that's why all these games end up going so far under, right? Keep repeating it every day, but I just got to, remind everyone that the Rangers are 18-40 to the under so far this season, 7-25 to the under at home. Cardinals, they're not necessarily an under team, but everyone's an under team when you take on the Rangers here at this point. Cardinals are allowing just 4.1 runs per game. And, well, can they score here against DeGrom? I imagine they could get a couple of runs. For Fetty, I mean, he's been okay. 3.9 ERA, 263 BABIP, but doesn't strike out a lot of hitters, but in 11 starts, he is 3-4 now. Should be mentioned that the Cardinals are 3-8 with Fetty on the mound this season. So, maybe not a lot of run support either. DeGrom's numbers are just fine. They're very DeGrom-like, 2.42 ERA, 0.96 whip, 236 BABIP coming in. But look, the Rangers' offensive woes can be ignored. And to see, yes, it is DeGrom, and he might be a little under $1.60 here right now. I'm showing some of the sharper books are a little under that number, but it feels like mostly $1.60 feels too high right now for the way the Rangers are going. They can't. No game is certain with this team right now. For the Cardinals, they are 20-15 as an underdog this season. That's pretty nice, right? You talk about being a profitable team. That's what the Cardinals are, up 8 1/3 units so far this season, while the Rangers are down 7.5 units so far this season. They are 6-5 with DeGrom on the mound here. DeGrom allows just a 204 batting average to opponents. Wind blowing from right to left, 10 miles an hour, and or what am I talking about? They're playing in Texas here. Okay, what am I saying? Am I looking at the wrong game here? Anyway, let's go to the chat and help me out here before I dig myself a big hole like I don't know what I'm talking about. We've got good morning to Joe Dog in the chat. Really good to have Joe here today. Justin says, give me the Rangers on the run line. Joe, I think he has, I think that's Washington and Tampa Bay for his plays there today. Good morning to Oldie as well. And Kripke says, Cards aren't necessarily on fire right now, Ramon, at this point. Yeah, I get you. They basically they've won 3 out of their last 4. I guess that's about as hot as I can call them here at this point. But I don't know. For me, I'm just kind of looking at the long-term picture of what they've done here over the last month to pull themselves, because it looked like we were heading for the same Cardinals team right now, that lingering under 500 or whatever. But you look at this streak right now for the Cardinals. They've won 10 of their last 14 on the road. They're 19-6 over their last 25 games. So, yeah, they were hot. 3 out of 4, though, ain't bad for Texas here. I mean, they're having their issues for sure, but they've handled the Cardinals for the most part in this series, series, if you will, over the last few years. They are 12-5 against St. Louis in the last 17 meetings between the two, including 7-3 at Globe Life. Texas, however, has lost 9 of their last 12 games overall, and mostly because of that offense that can't, because the pitching's been, good for the most part from these Rangers here right now. I mean, you look, they allow just 3.4 runs per game, but at home, man, these games just continuously go under, don't they? Let's see what else here we've got. We got Joe Dogs on Texas first 5. Justin says take Corey Seager over in his bases. Laker boys here today, and he likes he said he took the Nationals money line yesterday. Robert's on the Cards here. Kripke says you got to take the Rangers. Cardinals aren't that hot. Ramon, 9 Legacy Cardinals on the money line. They says hot and steady, kind of like a pizza, or that's hot and ready. Terrell says Texas run line with a low score, maybe 5-2 here today. That's a blowout, isn't it? And Gerald Jones, hello. Oh, look at this. He's got a matchup there, Wright State and Vandy under 13 today. Another matchup there. How about Wright State getting it done there yesterday, right? They've had a wild tournament. Fernando, he's on the under in this one. Justin says major line move in the game so far. I don't know. Maybe saying something else. I see that $1.60. And Old E says, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it is crazy. I got to take the Cardinals here in this one. Look, maybe even the run line's not too expensive here today because of DeGrom. It feels pretty reasonable here with the Cardinals. It is minus $1.60, so I'm going to take the money line here at plus $1.30 with the Cardinals today to get our show underway. I'll take the Cards. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. And next up, Andrew K's got to play in the college ranks. Thank you, Andrew. Most of my plays today, I may have something early here and try to go undefeated again, but we're running out of games, and I love the college baseball so much. I'm going to roll with some premiums, so please check me out there over at Winnable. Thanks to everyone who is on board here in June with those plays. I'll keep coming back and doing this show. How about the Brewers taking on the Phils today with Quintana, taking on Suarez here in this one with Philadelphia minus $1.75 and the total 8. This one's gone down a little bit. I'm going to say it's 8 over 15, 8 over 20 or so. So maybe a little bit of a move. There was some widely reported steam that did come in on the under in this game. So that might be part of it. Let's see what that. Yeah, 8 over 15, it looks like right there. So for Quintana comes in here with a 2.65 ERA, a 1.23 whip. For Suarez here, 2.97 ERA. Two good left-handed starters here in this one with Quintana and Suarez. Of course, we saw the massive runs there for Milwaukee yesterday, never headed there. And Philadelphia tacked on some runs too. I think they even got 5 in the 9th, but they were getting blown out in obviously a huge lopsided contest yesterday, 17-7 in the end. Milwaukee was beating up on Luzardo and company. So could they come back and do it again today here in this one against the Phillies? Let's hear what you guys have to say in this one between Brewers and Phillies here today on a Sunday. You do have for the Brujas here, they've won 6 in a row coming in. They've won 4 of their last 5 against the Phillies right now. Milwaukee has gone over in 5 of their last 7 games on the road, but yesterday's high-scoring game was rare between these two teams. They've actually played 8 of the last 9 games between the two clubs in Philadelphia under. 7 of the last 9 overall between the teams have gone under. Philadelphia still has won 11 of their last 14 games. And just looking at the ball girl here, taking the bug off the court and putting them right back on the flowers. That was a nice touch. All right, let's see what you guys want to do with this one, Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Like I said, these starters, I mean, maybe they can slow down the runs there in Philadelphia, but we've seen a lot of overs, in Philly so far this season. But Milwaukee comes in hot. Philadelphia has actually lost 3 in a row. I don't say a lot. Phillies are actually just 16-14 to the over at home. Let's go to the chat. And we've got here, it's going to be Phillies for Justin. Phillies team total over for Justin. Cash gains on the Phillies here. First 5. 9 Legacy likes Phillies on the money line to bounce back in this one. Here's Kripke, Brewers on the run line. Even Fernando says Phillies team total under. Good morning to Truth Teller. Also to Jim Casey, right? He saw the girl maybe or heard me describing it. And let's see here. Milwaukee team total way over again here for Terrell. And I gotta like this. I mean, look at this price here. Milwaukee just beat up on these guys. They won 6 in a row. there's no doubt that Milwaukee's playing some okay ball here, solid, a little bit over 500. Maybe they're underachieving a little bit for their own expectations, but maybe they're right where they're supposed to be. They're not world beaters at this point like the Phillies, but man, after what we saw there with the Phillies, they're being a little bit shaky here right now. Bryce Harper's been out of the lineup, of course, with that elbow injury. You got to wonder, can he even make the lineup here today? Rich Stubbs says, "Hi, Rich. Philly and over. Robert likes the over here. Nuke says he'll take him first 5 and full game. And Real Madrid Doge says the Titans will bounce back in this one. I don't know if I can go with you guys here right now. The Brewers are having a pretty good series right now, and they are plus 1.5 at minus 145 today. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the Phillies in this one at plus. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm taking the Brewers. I'm taking another dog for sure. Plus $1.40. I'm just taking these dogs here on these. All I can do is say it's a little bit overpriced on some of these here on a Sunday. So I'll take another dog here today. All right, next up, the Orioles are taking on the White Sox, and what a series we've had here between these two bad teams. But they'll try it again here today with Hauser. Orioles were able to still get the win yesterday, despite a tough effort by the Sox. But the final score was 4-2, so the Orioles still able to get it done. They've got Charlie Morton here on the mound, but a big favorite, $1.65. Total is 9. Between these two bad clubs, that's all you could say. So it's kind of tough because I kind of want to still. These are the games that maybe I want to take the White Sox because we're getting a great price against a fellow bad team. Remember what I said? They're only, as bad as the White Sox are, they're only a few games worse than the Orioles. Maybe 3 games worse than the Orioles. But for the White Sox here in Hauser, this guy's been terrific since coming up to the majors. He's not a rookie. We know that. Adrian Hauser's been around, but he was lingering in the Texas organization. Texas pitching's been doing pretty good. He couldn't find his way back to the majors. Was able to probably talk to the Rangers about getting a release so he could pick up spot here on the White Sox. He's done quite well in those first 2 starts, not allowing a run so far, and also has a win in those 2 games. For Morton's 1-7 so far this season, despite the fact that he's only started 7 games. 7.09 ERA, 1.6 WHIP. He's been downright dreadful so far, so probably just going to try the White Sox again, even if I lose. I can't help myself. Morton, numbers, terrible. Hauser, incredible so far in 2 games. Offense is not been able to get it done in these 2 games. Orioles won the first one 2-1. They won game 2 by the score of 4-2 yesterday. White Sox have dropped 8 of their last 9 against Baltimore. They've lost 8 of their last 9 on the road, but Baltimore just 3-10 at home in their last 13 games, although they have won 5 of their last 7 overall. They had a pretty good road trip there before coming back home, and remember they lost a couple of games to the Cardinals. So see what you got though here with the White Sox taking on the Orioles today. We won't spend too much time on this one. We won't even be talking about this one in September. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything. James Parr, good morning. Hello, nice to see you. Cash King says, still maybe try the White Sox here. And Nuke says, I can't trust Morton here in this spot. And Terrell says that Carlisle, but you know what, Terrell, he remember Carlisle grabbed the mic and he actually paid tribute to the TNT guys. We saw the end of an era last night with the finishing show there with TNT signing off for the last time with their coverage of the NBA. Now remember the show with the guys inside the NBA will continue to be produced by Warner Brothers Discovery. ESPN is just going to buy the program and broadcast it over its air. Not much changes about the show, but you got to wonder how much miles that show really. I know it's so popular, but um, it's just an end of an era there with TNT and their NBA coverage. I mean, I just harken back to the fact that back in my day, that the Hawks, not TNT, but TBS, which was the precursor, if you will, to a national. And we know TBS was national for a very long time, but TBS was shown the Superstation, right? So you'd get a lot of Braves games, and also you'd get a lot of Hawks games. The Hawks, for a long time, they always said the Hawks were America's team. It was like a kind of a play on words or a joke by TNT or TBS at the time, because they showed all the Hawks games nationwide. Eventually, TNT came along and had this NBA package for 30 years, 35 years, whatever it's been. But I can remember watching Hawks, man. The Hawks would be on all the time. Dominique Wilkins. And Robert likes the over here in the game between White Sox and Baltimore. Jim Casey likes the White Sox on the reverse run line. Rich Stubbs says take the White Sox. A lot of White Sox, and I'm with you a little bit, but they've lost the first two games. I think the price still has me interested. It'd be funny if they would adjust it here. If Baltimore was anything less than $1.50 or $1.40, I'd probably would take Baltimore, but I don't know if I'm going to be interested in Baltimore at $1.60 or anything. And the problem is that White Sox money isn't that special either. Plus 1.5 at minus $1.45. But again, Hauser's been pretty wild here, right? So, all right, there's Rich is on the over here, and Jim says, you know what? How about White Sox minus 1.5 at big plus money? Yeah, I hear you. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go with the under in this one between the White Sox and Baltimore. You guys are all over White Sox. You don't need another White Sox truther here like me to say that they have a big chance here in this one, or at least the price is really good. I'll take the under here in this one. You guys are all over the White Sox already, and I can't disagree, but I kind of like the White Sox in the first two games, and they lost it. They lost and didn't, they covered the run line in the first one, so we got that one. Next up is Garrett Crochet and the Red Sox taking on the Braves. Bryce Elder goes here in this one. Boston's going to be a road favorite at minus $1.30. The total here, pretty much 8. I'm showing 8 over 15, but yeah, maybe that is the current line here right now with Crochet. On the mound here, Boston has lost 6 of their last 7 games. Coming into this one, they're just 1-7 in their last 8 games on the road, but Atlanta's lost 7 of their last 10 and having a little bit of a struggle as well. Boston comes in here under 500. The Braves are under 500 right now. Braves won yesterday, of course, by the score of 5-0 in that shutout. Boston did win the opener of the series 5-1. So got the rubber match here. 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Boston's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games coming in. Atlanta's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games at home and 13 of their last 20 games overall. Let's see what we have here with these two pitchers today, with Crochet coming in here with a 2.04 ERA, coming into this one with a 1.06 whip, 278 BABIP for Elder, 8 starts, a 2-2 record, 4.5 ERA, 270 BABIP, but a 254 batting average against. Crochet just a 204 batting average against. We know Crochet, still pretty strong here right now with these numbers, despite a 4-4 record. But hey, Atlanta at home, even though they've struggled, Boston definitely struggling here right now. So both these teams have been big money burners this season, both well over 13, 14, or 15 units down already this season. Overrated teams with sub 500 records. All right, let's see what we got here, though. This one, Cash Kane likes Braves. First 5 to go under. And Fernando, he also likes the under here in this one. All right. For me, look, I want to get on the Braves here, it feels like right now at even money or better. I'm going to take Atlanta, maybe to take on Crochet here. Wish it was a little better price. I might even went with a premium in this game with Boston's here struggling all of a sudden. A few more comments from you guys. Let's see. Nine Legacy says Braves on the money line with me here in this one. All right. Let's keep it going here right now with the coverage of the A's taking on the Blue Jays in this one. You got Kevin Gausman. What is this? $1.85 here, even up to 200 right now at some of the square books online. And we're seeing some big movement here to the over. Why not? With what we've seen in this series, ball flying all over the place and out of the yard. Total here is 8.5 right now, maybe even juiced a little bit to the over here as we see also a little move on the Blue Jays. The steam has been Blue Jays and the over here so far today. So let's see what you have, though, in this one with J.P. Sears here on the mound for the A's. For Sears, he comes in with a 5.18 ERA, 267 batting average against. Not great for Sears, but still the A's are 6-5 with Sears on the mound. For Gausman here, bring back the scoreboard here. 40 laps into the Formula One. Great tennis match here, Rybakina and Swiatek. No discernible winner going on there. And, they're on serve also with Zhang and Samsonova. Good action here this morning. All right, for Gausman here, 3.68 ERA, 0.93 whip, and 209 batting average again. So, Gausman's numbers are pretty decent here. Toronto's just 6-5. However, with Gausman on the mound, doesn't feel like a great price because the A's are hitting. We know they're losing big time. I get that, but they are putting up a little bit of offense. It does kind of make you a little bit scared, but this A's streak right now is so bad. Coming in, the A's, man, they've lost 10 straight games on the road right now. They couldn't buy a victory here. Just, which,
Final.
pretty high price. Anyways, Toronto's won 5 of their last 6 games at home. A's have been dropping these games left and right now. They're 2-6 against Toronto. Here of late, Toronto's gone over in 5 straight at home. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two have gone over, and the A's have gone over in 4 of 5, including the games here so far. These high scores, right? Toronto's won 4 straight coming in. Yesterday was 8-7. The day before that, I mean, so far this series, right? 12-0, 11-7, 8-7. Lots of runs for sure so far between these teams. So let's see what you got though here. The price says still that the A's are of value, but man, can you really take this team? They can't really seem to get anything done here at this point. Let's go to the comments in this one. See what you got here with these two. And we've got, let's see where I'm trying to find I might have missed Fernando's under there. No, okay, here we go. Nate's got, he went with the Red Sox there, the smash, and that came with Atlanta. Thank you, Nate. Justin went with the Braves. I think I was just going a little fast there on that Braves game. Okay, here we go. Kripke likes Toronto here, run line. Oakland just struggling here. I kind of agree. I kind of agree with the call by Kripke. You know what? That's what I'm going to make my play. I don't like the price, but I can't pass.
Final.
And Toronto is a little bit even money, or maybe even a little plus money here on the run line. So okay, I'll go ahead and lay the 1.5 right now, for sure. I mean, if the A's are going to give a bunch of runs, that does make the run line maybe a little more likely for a $2 favorite like Toronto here. That I think that's a good call, actually. Don't like the price too much still, because I don't know. It feels like the A's are a threat because of the offense, but this horrible streak right now that they're on, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any coming back from it. Blue Jays over here in the game for Justin. And Cash Kane likes the under here in this one. Robert, though, says go over. And Nuke says no bar show, but the Jays can sweep it here. And Nine Legacy says same thing right there. Nine Legacy coming to Vegas. I'll say hello and welcome to Harrison the Hustler. You got to like that name. You got to like seeing Harrison down there in a lovely setting with the trees and the car. Thank you, Harrison. Really great name, too. So good to have Harrison. He's a channel member, so really good to see Harrison here. Nice to have you. Cash Kane was talking Sears back there. Jim Casey says Bo Bichette's heating up here. Terrell says Toronto team total, and also likes him for a run in the first inning. Doge says Sears is still pretty legit here. I'm taking Toronto on the run line. All those runs, right? How many runs? A lot of runs so far. 45 runs in the series right now. And Abel's here today, he says, with his Dodger ball. He says the Dodgers are the best team. Come on, you guys. Don't care what the records are. The Dodgers are the best. They are the best, man. These guys, they just take all that
Final.
money, buy a bunch of great players. They're the best because they just buy all this talent. What a team the Dodgers are. All right. And yeah, you're right, Abel. Those pitching injuries. Listen to the Dodgers. They have like a whole roster. They could have a whole roster of injured guys. Think about, you could have a rotation of Glasnow, Sasaki, Blake Snell. Who else could you have in there? Gavin Stone, Emmett Sheehan. I think I'm leaving some of the marginal guys out. But also, don't forget, you all get a whole host of relievers too that are injured for the Dodgers. Big name, right? Kopech, Trinan. Remember, even the president wanted to meet Blake Trinan. Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips just went down, I think, right? This past, was it this week? Well, I think he got retroactive on his injury, but Michael Grove, Gratterall. Who else am I forgetting in the group of Dodgers injured pitchers? Kopech, don't forget. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm talking here the next game up with the Colorado Rockies taking on the New York Mets. And yeah, it might be even pretty easy. Look, nobody wants to get involved with $4, but maybe even I laid 2.5 runs yesterday, and I probably would do the same thing again. But let's see how you've got this one with Palmquist in here's 8.78 ERA. It's looked pretty bad so far in 3 starts. Got a whip over 2, 347 batting average against for Clay Holmes here. 2.98 ERA, 234 batting average against. Doing a pretty good job. Mets are 8-3 with Holmes on the mound.
Major lineman.
And of course, you have the Rockies averaging just 3.1 runs per game. You got to think the Mets might put a hurting on these guys here today. Mets on the regular run line are -1.5 at -180, but I'm willing to take the Mets again at -2.5 at -120 today here. Give me the New York Mets to crush here in this one. Take a look at right now coming in. You've got, let's see here. Let me go to the chat. See if you guys have action here on this one with Colorado and the Mets. For Colorado, they have lost 6 straight games on the road, 7 straight games overall. Mets have won 4 of their last 5 at home. Mets have also won 4 of the last 5 against the Rockies. Mets have won 6 of their last 7
Final.
games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Colorado's gone under in 6 of their last 9. Let's see here for Jim. He says Rockies keep losing, and when they lose big. So Doe says lay it 2.5. And 9 Legacy says another sweep. Jim says up to 420. Roberts likes the over here in this one between the Mets and Colorado. Again, I'll just take the Mets here. All right. And next up, the Giants are taking on the Marlins, and we've seen some strong pitching so far in this, or maybe it's a lack of hitting in this series so far. A couple low scores here for sure. Giants on the road, $1.30. 8 under 15 right now, I believe, is the price. Yeah, it's gone down. Marlins are the ones taking the action here for sure, with Weathers on the mound. Right now, it's going to be $1.20 max, but total continues to go down here. I'm going to call it 8. 8 under 15 is fine. This price is not too far off. I'll say $1.20 now for the Giants, and we'll just keep it at 8 under 15. But I'm starting to see 7.5 overs here right now at some of the sharp books. Let's see what you got here with your Bird Song on the mound here. 2.48 ERA for the opener. 1.2 whip. Weathers here, 3 starts, 1.15 ERA. He's been very, very solid. Still just 1-0, 1-2 for the Marlins with Weathers on the mound. He's just come back here. Not a lot expected from Weathers. In fact, he's a guy that's mostly been a fade for a lot of people, but I've always kind of been not a true believer in Weathers, but I think I have him rated higher than most.
Lineup.
Here, I always say, son of a major leaguer. He can't be that bad. 175 batting average against in those 3 starts so far. Look, he's not going to be as good as these numbers indicate so far. But, hey, got to give the Marlins a chance here after winning yesterday's ball game. Don't forget, just 1-0 right in another pitcher's duel. The first 2 games of this series have produced just 3 runs. Yesterday was Chad Patrick against Luzardo in a game that basically we said watch out was going to be a pitcher's duel. I'm sorry, not Patrick and Luzardo. I'm looking at the wrong game. Of course, we know. Who were those starters yesterday, you guys? Oh, Ray. Oh, yeah, Ray and Cabrera, of course. Talked about Ray yesterday and the incredible season he's having, right? Yeah, maybe it's a little bit different with these 2 pitchers, but still the offense has not come through in the last 2 games. A couple of shutouts for sure. So, look, maybe the same thing could happen again. Maybe there could be a few more runs, but it's hard to go against what we've seen from the Giants. They've gone under in 8 straight games right now. Marlins have gone under in 5 of their last 7. 8 of the last 9 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. Under. It feels like here. San Francisco's lost 4 of their last 5 games coming in. And, well, hey, if I'm going to get a little bit of plus money here on the Marlins, I'm probably going to take them. Let's go to the chat, though, and see if you guys agree. Here we know the Giants are, the much better team at this point. 32-26. Miami's 10 games under 500. It's really Miami's pitching, though, that has the struggles. They allow 5.5 runs per game, but they do have a guy here who's obviously clicking since coming back from injury. Let's go to the chat right now and see in this one between the Giants and the Marlins with Jim Casey says, who's pitching for the Mets? Cy Young, Tom Seaver, maybe? Nolan Ryan on the mound? Fernando wants to go to the Marlins here. Justin says he's got Pete in a prop back in that Mets game there. Marlins plus 1.5 here for Cash Kane. Says, hey, you can trust him on this run line in a game like this. And I'm not going to go that high up a price, minus 160, but I'll take the Marlins at even money, I think, here today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the Marlins here in this one. But boy, if that doesn't sound like another under here today. And Kripke says, with a gun to my head, I'll take the Giants. I might just take the gun. Marlins here, first 5 for Robert. And I think that's it. I'm going to take the Marlins here in this one. All right, next up.
Major line move.
Got the Angels here taking on the Guardians with Kokonowitz on the mound. He's up against Gavin Williams here for Kokonowitz. 11 starts, 4.92 ERA. Angels are just 5-6 with Kokonowitz on the mound. Pretty okay. 272 batting average against and 291 BABIP for Gavin Williams here. He's 4-3 with a 4.27 ERA so far, also a 1.5 whip. Numbers for these starting pitchers are very similar here so far. You do have, 2 teams coming in right now with, Angels. All of a sudden, they've kind of, they were in a funk there for a while, but they've been playing a little bit better. Still lost last game. Cleveland was able to get the win last night, 7-5. There yesterday as Cleveland got their revenge for losing the first game of the series. Pretty high price, but hey, they did take the steam. And right now I'm showing Cleveland as high as $1.98 at DraftKings. Here currently the total mostly hovering around 8 flat. So a little bit of move to the under, it feels like. In fact, I'm starting to see even the shade to the under on the 8 as some of the sharp books as the under here is getting the looks. And I get it for the most part because these 2 clubs may mostly go under. But again, these pitchers both have ERAs of, over 4, 1.5 whip coming in. So let's see how you have it, though, here with Cleveland hosting the Angels today. I'll go to the chat and see what you guys have. Angels have lost 6 of their last 7, and they've lost 7 of the last 10 games against Cleveland. Angels have gone under in 6 of their last 7, but Cleveland at home is what's been going on with. So got to have some overs somewhere. Cleveland's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home, 4 of their last 5 games overall. Let's see what you have here in this one, huh? We've got Guardians 4-9 legacy there. Hello to Gerald Jones today. He's got under in that Miami game. You got to think, Gerald, right? Good to see Gerald here today. And like always, like his avatar there as well. All right, let's see what else here. He says he likes 5 unders today. Me and Gerald get along just fine with these unders right now in the major leagues. When will the bettors adjust? Guardians money line for Cash Kane. Guardians run line for Doge here. I don't know if I disagree with that. Justin says, he's talking to Oldie about the Braves team total. Gotcha there. Ramirez continues to be hot, huh? Ramirez over in his hits and RBIs. Is that it there a little bit? All right, Guardians here, first 5 for Robert. I'm going to take the over here in this one. Give me an over. Can't go under on all the games. Well, I guess you could, but I will take the over in this one with the Angels and Cleveland today. I think the Angels are going to score some runs in this game, but can they limit Cleveland? I'm not so sure that they can. All right. Continuing on here right now with the Tigers taking on the Royals. And what a game. Another great pitching matchup yesterday, right? With Skubal and Waka. Another 1-0. How many low scores were there yesterday? And now you got Bubic coming in here. I mean, they don't get much stronger right now than Bubic, the way things are going. A 1.45 ERA and 11 starts. I mean, this guy's a Cy Young candidate at this point for Bubic here, 199 batting average against, a 1.0 whip. Strong numbers for the left-hander. And, man, he's earned favoritism here against the Tigers. That in itself should say something. They're up to $1.60 here at this point. This is when you start saying, wait a minute, we all love. In fact, I think if anything, I've been kind of on the Bubic train a little bit before most here on this little run that he's been on. But look, Keter Montero, 4.54 ERA, 265 batting average against. Not great, but he's 2-1. The Tigers are 4-1 with Montero on the mound. Now it's going to be hard. Maybe to go against Bubic here for sure because he has been so hot, but you're still dealing with the Detroit Tigers. With all due respect to Abel, they are feeling like and look, Yankees, Dodgers, great. They're all great, right? We get that, but the Detroit Tigers continue to be so impressive. And when you get them as a dog, it might be too much to pass up. I mean, I love Bubic, but come on, $1.65 against the Tigers team, and Montero's not, awful. Let's go to the chat, though, and see here. I would love to come in on Bubic here in this one if it was a reasonable price, but this is getting a little. Let me take a look at some of these numbers. $1.55 at Circa, $1.60 at Bet Online, $1.65 at Bovada. This is a big number, man. Let's go to the chat. You can nobody's going home. Nobody's making any money laying these kind of numbers. Kinwin Zhang has advanced. She just wrapped up her match and won here in Paris. It was a tough 3-setter, but Kinwin Zhang does advance here with the win over Samsonova. I don't think she covered that game spread though, right? All right, let's go to your plays here in the chat. And this one with the Tigers taking on the Royals. Spoons is here today. And he says, they're really going to smack around the Angels. They might in the end, though, it feels like, with that great Angels bullpen. Terrible Angels bullpen. Guardians over for Justin. Okay, here we go with the Tigers. Kripke says you can almost take the Tigers on the run line now at this price. Yeah, $1.50. That's actually not awful. Probably still just take it on the money line. I don't know. This game's tough. Here's Cash Kane, Royals first 5. Money line and full game under. Fernando says take the Tigers team total. Yeah, Samsonova actually won the game score 15-14 in the match against Zhang. 9 Legacy says still going to do the Royals money line. And Nuke says gotta try the Tigers here at this price. That's the way I feel. I think the price has just gone too high here. I'm going to try Detroit in this one. This is where I want, Detroit. Look, I think they're still getting great value with Detroit, even on some of their favorite lines because they're still up 12 3/4 units so far this season. The Royals are up 4 units. We know how good they've been. All right, let's see here. Laker boy here today says Angels are always blowing those leads. Kripke says Tigers plus 1.5 before Royals money line. And Andrew G says Tigers plus 1.5 as well. All right, Robert McCormick says the safety car is out again. It must be just a few laps to go. Yep. We see them driving into the straw. You can't be driving into the straw over there. Is that a Mercedes there going in? Okay. Nuke says, I'll just take the Tigers when they're a dog, of course. And Abel says he'll take the Tigers as well. Yeah, Abel would love to see a Tigers Dodgers World Series. All right. Let's move on to the next one here with the Rays taking on the Astros. Taj Bradley here on the mound against Hunter Brown. Look, a little bit of not a huge mismatch in the pitching, it feels like. I mean, yes, I'm still kind of a Taj Bradley guy. Yeah, he hasn't lived up to expectations over his young career so far. I say young, but he's been around, we know, for several years. But 4.38 ERA right now, still 237 batting average against here. And, Rays still do a pretty good job in the pitching department. The Rays are 6-5 with Bradley on the mound. Now, Hunter Brown's been good, of course, with a 2 ERA and a .91 whip, 194 batting average against, but 263 BABIP is right in line with Bradley here. We know Brown mows him down, striking out 31% of the hitters here. And look, Brown's pretty terrific. What a revelation for him to be such a great pitcher here. Houston, they've had some tough luck with their starters, but hey, not bringing this guy along. He's been great. Houston comes in 21-12 at home so far, but the Rays have been hot, no doubt about it. Yesterday, they got the win, just 16-3 in the win yesterday after losing the first one 2-1. In this series so far, the Rays have a 13-3 victory in the opener. They lost 2-1 in the second game. They came back to win 16-3 yesterday. So who's been the better team in this series, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Brown is awesome here, but not at this price. Come on, what's going on with these Sunday prices and these home teams here? This one is way down. It's not $2 anymore. I think players may have been feeling, I'll call it $1.75. The steam came in on Tampa Bay, that is for sure. The total here, 7.5 under 20, it feels like right now. Let's go with that. And then we'll go to the chat, see how you guys have this one. Tampa Bay's won 9 of their last 11. You can't ignore that at this point. Houston's won 8 of their last 11 at home and 5 of their last 7 overall. The 2 losses being to the Rays here. Houston's gone under in 12 of their last 18 games. 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I mean, Houston at home, they're not quite the Rangers when going under at home, but they are 14-19 to the under at home. I've missed out on the value here, but I'm going to take Tampa Bay on the run line here. Man, at minus $1.40 or so. I better take him on the run line, though. Brown is pretty awesome, but man, Tampa Bay's played a pretty strong series here, and they're playing some of their best ball of the season right now. I feel like I'm taking some dogs here today. We'll sprinkle the money line, I'm sure. But on this one, I will take the run line. I was kind of ignoring the run lines a little bit today, but in this one, I think I'm going to grab the run line. Let's go with the comments, though, here. Justin will lay it, though, with the Astros. But He likes plus money too, so he lays it, takes the plus money. Abel says he'll take the Dodgers in 5 over the Tigers. Nerfy, though, in this one, it looks like Kripke's with me to take the Rays, and he's getting $1.36, so that's not too bad. Nuke says, I wouldn't lay the Astros minus $1.80 with Nolan Ryan on the mound. Or maybe I already used the Nolan Ryan reference from the Mets. He wouldn't lay $1.80 with J.R. Richard on the mound. Who remembers J.R. Richard? What a tragedy. But he was great, though. We're not going to overlook what happened late in his late in his career. Remember, with that awful incident when he had that heart attack on the mound. And I don't remember, but I want to say JR was a COVID. I don't know if he died of COVID. Robert here's on the Rays, so let me just get away with this game. I'll take Tampa Bay, though, but looks like we'll have some pitching there in that one. Reds and Cubs here with Martinez on the mound for the Reds, going up against Tyone here for the Cubs. Look for Martinez, 3.48 ERA, 1.1 WHIP. He's been solid, but the Reds are 3-8 with Martinez on the mound. He's 3-5 overall, but Tyone's numbers aren't much better. Tyone comes in with a 3.86 ERA, 1.04 the WHIP, 226 batting average against, and 225 BABIP, though. Those numbers on the surface are certainly a little better here for the Reds coming into this matchup. They have lost 6 of their last 9 games to the Cubs overall. Cubs have won 5 of their last 6. They've also won 7 of their last 8 games at home. But look at this, the Cubs here, $1.55 right now. Another kind of high number. I mean, Cubs are good, Reds aren't good, but still, man, that's high. Cubs come in here though, 36-22. Maybe the steam came in on the Reds. It is kind of making the Cubs a little bit tolerable here, but let's see how you guys have it. You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. Let's see what you guys got here in this one. Andrew K says, you know what? Maybe with Mike Scott on the mound, maybe Nuke would lay it $1.80 with Big Mike Scott. And Kripke says Reds, but not enough. Thank you, Nuke. Really appreciate your contributions as always. I'll take the under here with Cincinnati and Chicago. Probably should have snuck a peek at the weather here. You guys usually tell me about the weather before I get the chance. Cubs in the under for Doge here today. I kind of want to be on the Reds, but I don't know if I'm getting the price I was looking for. Reds here, let's see. The wind is blowing in 6 to 7 miles an hour here. Temperature in the mid 70s right now. And, look, Nick Martinez has some, interest. I'm going to take the under, but Reds are going to have a chance in this game. I don't know if I like the price. Okay. Next up, got Washington going up against the Diamondbacks here. And, well, what's gotten into this Washington team? Man, they're really enjoying this road trip right now. 4 straight wins. They did it again yesterday. The Diamondbacks were able to get some runs, but it was 10-0 in the first inning, or was it 11-0? I don't even remember. They got all those runs in the first inning before there were even nobody out. And what a shocker that was, right, for Washington to take advantage. Now, granted, they were going up against Fott there, and so they were knocking the ball all around the yard. And look, even with Corbin Burns, it could happen here again today. It feels like the score of the last 2 games were 9-7 and 11-7 in favor of the Brewers. And who wouldn't want to pass up. I mean, look at this one, Arizona. And I know you got Corbin Burns here, 230 here against these red hot Nationals. Arizona's no good because they've got a crummy bullpen. For sure, right? This is the one thing that's holding the Diamondbacks from joining those teams in the National League West. They haven't been able to get anything going with their bullpen. Now, the widely reported steam did come in here on Arizona, but man, now Burns 2.72 ERA, 1.17 WHIP. Very solid, no doubt about it. 209 batting average against, but Parker has a 266 BABIP, a 1.3 WHIP. Not great, but man, Washington's 7-4 with Parker on the mound here, and this one looks like it's heading for some volatility. Sorry, I got distracted watching Sabalenka warm up. Here, Washington, they've won 4 of the last 5 games against Arizona. Arizona's dropped 9 of their last 10 games overall, in addition to that 4-game losing streak right now. Arizona's lost 4 or 5 at home. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Man, this one's going to be wild. Washington's gone over in 7 straight on the road. Man, it's going to be it's going to be another one, you guys. Another wild game, even with Corbin Burns. It feels like there's going to be some. I got to take Washington I'll take him with a run line. What is it here?
Final.
Even money? That's good enough for me. I'll take Washington here. I want some dogs today, huh? Give me Washington. I know Corbin Burns. Hey, maybe he will be the team to settle him down a little bit. All right. And Robert's talking with the race here. I have the race over there because I have the tennis in front of me. Kripke says that was crazy in the first inning. Cash gain. He says Diamondbacks. And Jim Casey says mid-80s today in Kansas City. Abel says ball gonna fly in Kansas City. Nats plus 1.5. This offense is getting it going. Jim Casey says the Nats don't suck. I'm confused. Yeah, they suck pretty bad, but they're putting up some runs. Their offense looks interesting. There's no doubt Wood is a big talent here. He's only going to get better. And when you put some other guys around him, look, they're averaging 4.6 runs per game. The Nationals offense has done a nice job. It's just they got one of those crappy bullpens. The starting pitching isn't great, but it does feel like they have a little something with Mitchell Parker, a left-hander, right? So Robert likes over the 9 for sure. I'll take Washington here, but should be a pretty feels like another wild game today, doesn't it? All right, so let's keep it moving here right now with the action on a Sunday with the Minnesota Twins taking on the Seattle Mariners with Chris Paddock. On the mound, he's going up against Luis Castillo. For Castillo, a 3.32 ERA, 2.49 batting average against, a 1.3 WHIP. He's 4-3, and the Mariners are just 5-6 with Castillo here on the mound. And for Paddock here, he's got a 2-5 record. Minnesota's 3-8 with Paddock on the mound, 3.92 ERA. Both teams are 31-26. This has been an important series so far. Seattle won yesterday in the game 5-4 to avenge a loss to the Twins the night earlier, 12-6. So you have a team here in Minnesota coming in having won 9 of their last 13 on the road, 14 of their last 20 overall. Seattle's lost 5 of their last 7 games coming in. Seattle's gone over in 5 straight and 14 of their last 16 games at home. Minnesota's gone under in 9 of their last 13. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Let's go to the chat. See what you guys have here in this one. Minnesota and Seattle. Interesting game here today. Seattle on the run line here for 9 Legacy. Laker Boy says he likes the Nats to win that game. And Grip Key says he's got the Twins. And good morning to Saturated here today. Thank you for stopping by here. He says he's looking at this good-looking guy. I think he left out the word good there. Thank you, Saturated. All right, we'll get your plays, though, here on this one with Minnesota and Seattle. Paddock, right? Minnesota, they just don't seem to win with Paddock. It feels like we're getting the discount here a little bit for once on Seattle here. Look, like I said, both teams similar records here, same record here right now. And whatever reason, Seattle just has not performed well at home where they usually do, right? 15-14. That's not necessarily what you want to see out of Seattle. The pitching hasn't been great, but you do have Castillo on the mound, even if he's been okay a little bit. But I think at this price here, this one might be a spot for me to take a favorite. It's up to $1.35 or $1.40. There right now, but I'll take Seattle here to win over Minnesota. Give me the M's in this one. All right. And Terrell says this seems not that interesting. Yeah, it feels a little dull, but these teams are still good, right? Here. And definitely a great plus price there for Terrell if he takes Minnesota. I'll take Seattle. Man, $1.40-ish though now. That's why it's my free play. Okay. Next up, got the Padres taking on the Pirates. The Padres should beat up on these guys today, but you know what? Andrew Heaney might be here auditioning. The Padres are hot for Heaney. They'd like to get him in a trade somehow. Now, I don't know if they have necessarily what they're looking for. Piastri's won again here right now. Norris, Leclerc, Russell, and Max, the top 5 in the Spanish Grand Prix.
Major line move.
Man, wow. Piastri. All right. Let me go to this one, though, here right now. The Padres favor $1.
Major line move.
Up to $1.50 here right now. 8.5. Under at -115. Padres have struggled here against the Pirates all of a sudden. And like I said, the Padres, they're coveting Andrew Heaney. I don't know what type of trade that they could work out here, but with this pitching staff, they really want to shore it up a little bit. And this is a guy they kind of have their eye on. But anyways, Padres 19-10 at home. Bucks are 9-21 on the road, but the Bucks won yesterday 5-0. Padres did win the opener 3-2 here. So let's see how you have it. Here in this one, Heaney comes in with 3.41 ERA, 2.46. BABIP coming in 2.22 batting average against. Heaney 2-8 to the under in his starts. Vasquez 3-8 to the under. These two pitchers have combined 5-16 to the under so far this season. You have a Pirates team right now that's come in losing 12 of the last 16 on the road. That win yesterday for the Pirates was their first win over the Padres in 11 games. Padres have gone under in 7 of their last 9 at home. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here have gone under. Pittsburgh's gone under in 13 of their last 20. Padres have gone under in 10 of their last 15. For me, I probably got to have the under here in this one with the Bucks and the Padres right now. Padres not hitting too good. Here, give me the under. Pittsburgh and San Diego. I got to go under. And let's see here. 9 Legacy says, take the Pirates on the money line. One more tonight, and it's Sunday Night Baseball with that World Series rematch. And you got Yankees, Yarborough, Yamamoto. What else starts with a Y? Dodgers here, though. And let me see, is there a typo in the line? Well, maybe not quite a typo. The action maybe is coming in here on the Yankees, but what's going on here? Oh, I see. I've got two. I had two lines set up there, but it's definitely the Dodgers that are favored. Let me flash it up there. Let me update it, and then I'll flash it up there again. But about $1.65, and the total, I'm going to call it 9 flat. Here we go. All right. There we go. Dodgers, what? Dodgers $1.65 here, maybe even a little higher at some of the other books, but the Dodgers did rack up the runs here. 18-2 was the score yesterday as they smashed, of course, in that one. And the previous game was 8-5. The Dodgers got the win, so they're kind of taking it out here on the Yankees here this weekend. But look at, man, that seems like a pretty high price. Even for this series right now, but maybe the Yankees are in a lost weekend here in LA. Let's see how you guys want to play this one tonight with these two teams you've got for Yarborough here. He's an opener that runs a little bit deep. He's had 4 starts here right now. Four starts, 3.06 ERA, 1.04 the whip for Yamamoto, 1.97 ERA, 0.9 whip, 170 batting average against. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game, and we saw plenty of runs in the first 2 games here, but Dodgers are 3-8 to the under with Yamamoto on the mound. He's won 8. They've won 8 of his 11 starts. He's 6-3. Yarborough comes in 2-0, 1-3 to the under. These two pitchers combined 4-11 to the under this season. For the Yankees coming in, they've actually won 5 of their last 7 on the road, but Dodgers have their number for sure. Dating back to the World Series, Dodgers have gone over in 13 of their last 16 at home. So far. Yankees, though, 4-12 to the under in their last 16 games. Let's go to the chat here. The big game tonight between the Dodgers and the Yankees. And see what you have on our last baseball game here. Thank you for joining me. All right. Let's see here. I might have missed some here. Cash Kane was on the Padres. Robert was on the under, I think, there in the Padre game. Okay, let's take a look here at these right now. And let's see. 9 legacies on the Yankees here. And Laker Boy says, does Ben Shelton have a chance in the match today against Alcaraz? I think physical talent, right? I think Ben Shelton does. Now he's getting 7 games on the. I don't know if he can win. I guess that's what Laker Boy's saying. So I don't know if he has a chance to win. I would maybe just more look at maybe a chance to cover the games line, possibly, because I think physically he matches up, of course, with Alcaraz. And, the one thing about Shelton's game, right, for an American, he does seem to have a clay court game for the most part, given his size and athleticism. Okay, Abel says Ohtani over 2.5 games, Freeman to get a hit, Teoscar to get a hit. Abel's all over these Dodgers. Justin says Dodgers team total over. And Terrell says he's going to go over. He likes it to go over here. Yamamoto to get kind of smoked possibly here. And let's see here. Kripke says don't step in front of the Dodgers. Dougie Wise says take the Yankees over on their runs. Man, nobody really likes Yamamoto. Or do we think that it's a fluke or something? I don't know. Dodgers team total over here. Roberts on the Yankees as well. And, oh, Joe, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Joe. You're right. Oh, man, I've got to, you know what? We'll do it right after the, uh, we'll do the commercial here. We saw enough of it last night, but it was such a great commercial, Mikey. If he's still sleeping. All right. Robert had Piastri there. All right, I better make my call here in this one. Look, I'm gonna take the under here. We've got Yamamoto, we've got Sunday Night Baseball. Give me the under. I know there's been a ton of runs here, and Yarborough's just an opener here, but let me keep this one under control tonight with Yamamoto pitching. Come on, he's got to be pretty solid here. Yep. Kripke says Yamamoto's decent, but you don't bet on the pitching in a game like this. All right. Hey, everyone. We just got the information down the line here. Bryce Harper is going to miss another game, so he's not in the starting lineup, and it looks official here so far with Harper. So we were looking for some of the injury info with some of these guys, and we just got one there. Harper will miss today's game. We did say take the Brewers there in that one. The steam came in on the under, so it did seem like they were kind of going with a lower scoring. It's hard in those Phillies games, but two left-handers going. And Dougie says Yamamoto's a monster, but you can't be scared here not taking the Yankees. I think that's what he's saying there, huh? All right. And I'll take the under. All right. And let me see if I got the all right, here we go. Hey, thanks for everyone checking out the baseball segment. Let's run our little commercial here right now. We'll do it for about a week or so before we got a summer contest lined up here, and going to reward someone with a nice package of barbecue and a gift certificate to go buy some meat. A real nice little thing we're just doing here for the month of June. Let's take a look at it.
Sports Money's excited to present Chillin' and Grillin'. It's our 4th of July contest designed to bring you a barbecue from the Sports Money family. Real simple contest. It's a ribeye play of the day. You too can get in the ribeye business. And it's a real simple contest. All you have to do is pick one player per day. The contest period runs from June 9th through June 19th. That's a 10-day contest. That means you pick one player. You'll see on the screen Ohtani, RBI with the price and the book. You'll post that each day. One entry per day required for 10 total entries. And of course, you got to post it to the designated video. It's in the comments field that we want to focus on this contest. Entries, of course, must be in before the game starts. We'll tally them all up. When it's all said and done, we'll look at the best net gain, net profit generated from the RBIs. And the winner will receive the gift basket you see on the right, a gift card to pay for your barbecue fun. Enjoy the contest. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and keep the comments coming. We'll see you soon.
All right, well, it wasn't that neat, that little gift basket. I've seen all the flavors that they have in there, and hey, if you like barbecuing here in the middle of summer, I'm just looking over some notes here about the contest. So, hey, if you like barbecue in the middle of summer, then maybe check out our contest there. And hey, you know what? I can't enter because it would be unfair. I'd obviously win. But you know what I will do? I'll put my picks in there each day to play along with you guys, and I'll disqualify myself from the contest if I were to win. But I'll play along with you guys, and what you'll have to do is enter in. Remember what it said. So each day a new video is posted. I think what Mike's going to have is like the standings on the video or something like that. And then you'll have to pick the pit plays in the new video each day underneath. And that's how we'll do that contest. So that looks yummy there. And some of the names were fire, literally. So check that out, and we'll run that commercial every day here, even if you get tired of it for a week, because the contest starts, as we saw, I think it said on the 9th. So we'll have a week until that gets ready, and then we do 10 days, I believe he said. We'll learn more about it as we watch it, and we're just going to put a batter in there every day, and you can go find your own odds there. I say your own odds, but go to a book, find the odds. Maybe we should have just did it, just pick a batter and get the RBIs, so it wouldn't be so, But again, you got to kind of show where what book you went to, and Michael check it out, make sure the odds are correct. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and keep updating us on that, but hopefully that'll be something cool for you guys here. So if you win it north of the border, I think Mike said if he can't deliver it himself, maybe it will just be maybe a prize pack, a money package there instead. But we're going to try to get you those. You want to get those flavors, man. I'll tell you what, some of those barbecue flavors sounded really good. We were showing them last night.
Halftime.
So, all right. Nathan had Stetson yesterday. I'm going to do WNBA here in just a second, but we do have lots of college baseball coming up in just an hour, and I'm going to give out some plays here at the end of the show. All right, Abel there's cooking it up. Justin's going to be making that barbecue. I'd love to have some come to hang out with Justin, eat some barbecue with him with his barbecues. All right. Want to say hello to Axel Blanco, number 18. Thank you for being here. Axel, really appreciate you. Look at that. Great form on that young man there pitching. Hopefully, maybe that's young Blanco there. He's got the Diamondbacks money line, Texas money line, Boston over Kansas City. Or let me see. Boston over, that's what it is. Kansas City money line, Padres run line, Cubs money line, Phillies run line, Yankees run line. Thank you, Axel. I'm going to leave that up there for a second as I get ready for my WNBA selections. Look, we just talked about the tennis here. Shelton is underway, I see here right now. Let me look at some of these scores anyway. Look at some of these scores anyway in tennis here right now that have come down the line. Sabalenka and Anisimova just underway. The Shelton match is just underway. Qinwen Zhang did win that. Iga did win 7-5. A comeback there for Iga over Rybakina there, but I think we covered with Rybakina for sure. So thanks a lot, everybody. Let's get rolling here now to some WNBA picks here right now. Saturated. Go, Cubs, go. Go, Cubs, go. And Alex is from Venezuela. So, he knows a little baseball there. You think of, hey, look, we love our South American soccer. But, hey, when we're talking Venezuela, you're talking about baseball, baby. How about it? All right. Belo says he loves the French Open and he likes Musetti over Holger Rune. You know what? I didn't give it out as a premium, and I'd never send out a 210 money line. I couldn't take the game spread here with Musetti, but at minus 210, $2, whatever it was, I like Musetti here. I just think on the clay, he'll be just fine here. Watch out for Musetti. I would think that look, even against Carlos, whoever you want to put him up against in the coming round, Musetti could be a shot there to take a shot with. He says, who do you like, right? I kind of want to maybe take. Now I know we probably should have did a one or two sooner, but maybe you should have taken Musetti to win this tournament here at the price anyway. Look, it's tough to beat Carlito here, but Abel needs Carlos in this one. But man, you gotta like Musetti in this tournament in a way. All right. Doge, he says, I think he likes the Oilers in tennis this week. Bilo says no one's going to beat Sabs here on the ladies' side. But you know what? Maybe that is the case. But here's the one thing about Sabalenka right now in this match. Now, she is up already a break, so I'm sure she's going to win. But Anisimova, the American, actually owns the season series against Sabalenka and has defeated her on clay. I know at least once or twice, right? Funny, Sabalenka right now dominating everybody, and she's been so strong here now for a while. But Anisimova actually gives Sabalenka a hard time. Of all the players, Anisimova there. Okay. Let me go to the WNBA here right now. I just want to put that Anisimova Sabalenka match on here if I can, but let's go to the WNBA right now and get this show over with. Take a look at the Sun taking on the Liberty here in this one. You've got the Liberty, a massive favorite right now in this game. So, hey, I don't have a problem with wanting to take Connecticut here one more time. Yes, Connecticut has been poor, but you know what? They actually pulled off a little bit of a surprise here of late. And look, they're covering some of these numbers. And in fact, I'm showing some numbers even higher than this. Look, New York's undefeated. They are 6-0. So just keep that kind of in mind here right now. But in Connecticut is 1-5. They've been absolutely dreadful. But Connecticut is 2-1 against the spread on the road. They did just beat Indiana for their first win. So there is that. Trying to make an excuse here. Now, I say 17.5 on screen. There's no doubt it's at least 18.5 everywhere right now. So I know the Sun, it's a complete rebuild moment, but this is the Connecticut Sun. I think they like women's basketball in Connecticut. I'm not comparing them to the Huskies. I'm just saying that this team has kind of based their kind of I don't want to say existence, but the fact that they've got the great college program. It doesn't necessarily relate to one another, but it is a serious program. They've been a great team here for years, right? In Connecticut, a consistent team anyway, it feels like here, right? So I want to give Connecticut a chance to hang in. The Liberty can't go blowing out everybody, can they? Here right now, they are at 4-2 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread at home. Connecticut did win both meetings. Let me see here. Or the Connecticut won the meeting, a meeting here last year, 72-64, completely different team. So I get all that too. So give me though Connecticut in this one, plus those big points. Just going to go a little bit of an overlook spot here, possibly for the Liberty as they keep rolling here right now. Connecticut is not good. There's no doubt about it. Bring the line back up here, 163.5 or so. But, no good. We know that. But I'm going to go on the too many points bandwagon here a little bit is what I'm going to say. And I'm going to take the Sun here in this one. All right. Let's take a look here right now. Let's see. We got some comments here on the Axel. Man, you're the man, Axel. Thanks a lot for that. All right. Bilo says, yeah, Sabalenka. Look, she should win every tournament here, even even though we're on the clay right now with, for example, Iga. She's not. We've seen her slip so much. Abel says, take Anisimova plus these games here right now. I did take Anisimova plus the games. I didn't give it out as a premium or anything. I have my own doubts that even in this match, but again, series history has been all Anisimova. But right now we're already 4-1. I think we're already on a couple of breaks here right now. All right. Terrell says Liberty should cover, but they won't. And Abel says he's ready in 1 hour for the big football games. We'll talk about it, Abel. But remember, these games with the playoff matchups are already set. They have been for 2 weeks. This league's broken a little bit. And I'll say this. The production quality of the UFL has gotten a little better. I don't know if the play has really gotten that much better. What's happened here is, we're looking at the camps are opening and everything, right? You want to try to have a feeder. You want to have some good players, but for some players that even if when they don't make the NFL, just the run up, the paychecks that it's a job to be we know it's a job sometimes when you're make the practice squad or even just get cut before the season. You still get some money, you get paid, and players are already, it's NFL time, it feels like already. So the play has not been great. I always root for these leagues. I love these leagues, but it does feel like the league is not looking that great. Laker boy, I lost my big play on Paolini today. She just kind of failed there for sure. Abel, he's promoting the UFL. I appreciate that, Abel. Saturated says we're ready this week. Saturated. We just had 4 games Friday night in the CFL to wrap up the preseason. And Wilfred Blanco here, he's got the Diamondbacks run line, Padres extended line, Phillies money line, Texas money line, Seattle money line, and Yankees run line. Thank you to Wilfred Blanco. All right. And Nate's got some baseball here. I got to keep going in the he's got Florida run line, Mississippi money line. I'll try some baseball in a moment. Aces are taking on the Storm here today. You got the Aces favored on the road here in this one, favored by 2.5. The total says 163, but it's actually all the way down here to 160 or so. I'm not sure why that is, actually. I'm supposed to be a WNBA expert here anyway in this one with Las Vegas taking on Seattle here. But look, for me, man, that total looks a little bit low for sure. But you know what? I think for me, I like Seattle here in this one. I mean, Seattle at home is really strong. Las Vegas, they're showing some vulnerability still. Seattle is 2-0 against the spread as an underdog so far. Las Vegas is just 1-2 against the spread on the road and straight up as well. So Seattle's got a pretty good team with Skylar Diggins. Deka Ngumake had that monster game against the Aces. They just beat them the other day, 102-82 here in Seattle. So they're coming back at it. Maybe the Aces can make a 23-point turnaround, but Asia Wilson is just having to do too much right now. And no, look, I think Plum was kind of a glue for a little bit for this team. Now they still got a nice team, and look, you got the Lloyd factor here and everything, but man, Magbagor looks strong here for the Storm, and who else is stepping up right now for the Aces? I guess Chelsea Gray is doing a good job here right now, but I got to take the Storm in this one. They just beat them by 20 at home. The Storm just lost a couple of games they lost here to Atlanta here at home in an upset. They also lost at Minnesota, but I'm gonna have to take the Storm here in this one. All right, and let's see here. Saturated. Look, we were talking a little CFL, so get ready. Oh, let me see. Abel's got his UFL. He says he likes the Renegades here, and he likes over in the Showboats game. Thank you, Abel. I'm going to give my UFL picks out here in a moment, I think. Nate likes the Aces, though, to get it done. And more Venezuela. Wilfred and they're funny because they're tweets look exactly the same, kind of, don't they, between Wilfred and Alex? Thank you, guys. All right. We've got over for Abel here. I gotta agree with you, Abel. Jeez, I mean, it's gone down. If anything, if you're one of those, I don't know, because it was 163 and it's now 160. Sometimes even I get worried when I see that, but I kind of think over. They just played 184 points in the last game. I know the Aces need to calm that down, but all right. Let's see here. Also, revenge. Cash Kane likes the revenge. And Chill Will likes the over high. Will. All right, next up, we've got the Mercury taking on the Sparks. And you got the Sparks favored by 4.5. What? What's going on here? The Sparks are struggling for sure, and the Mercury's playing a lot better. But maybe, just maybe, the Sparks can. Maybe they are expected. Maybe the Mercury have kind of over excelled so far. They did lose last game out to Minnesota, but they did cover the spread. They beat Chicago. They beat Washington. They've beaten LA already. 89 to 86, a 5-point favorite. They didn't cover the spread, but they were at home in that one. They're doing a nice job. LA's played a tough schedule. They lost to Vegas. They lost to Atlanta. But remember, they've lost to the Valkyries, too. They did beat Chicago at home here, but this is kind of a runaway spread here right now, and Phoenix is 2-1 against the spread as a dog. LA is 1-3 against the spread right now at home. So look, the total here right now has gone to 165. Look, I know I'm not perfect right now in the WNBA, and I'm supposed to be the man leading the way here, and I think that I'm going to be right in the end on some of these, okay? But there's no reason, I don't think that, look, Plum putting up these points, 24 a game, I get all that. But I don't think this game is supposed to be a game that's going to be flying over the total, is it? Maybe I stand corrected, but look, right now you got Phoenix, they're 2-4 to the under so far this season, 0-3 to the under as an underdog. Sparks are 4-3 to the over here, so all right, let's see what you got here. I can't take LA right now. It's just now they're up to a 5-point favorite at this point. 5-point favorite now. I gotta take the Mercury. I gotta take the Mercury here. What's the injury report say? Is there a problem here or something, or is it just a situation that Phoenix maybe they are already overrated here? It doesn't feel like they could be overrated this short of time here in the season right now. But all right, let me just take a quick look at the injury list here. But the Sparks, a runaway favorite here today, and maybe they are supposed to. Maybe it's one of those they're supposed to get the blowout here. Kalia Copper still out. Alyssa Thomas is out again. She missed the last game. I mean, she is, arguably Phoenix's best player. So I get it. But look, Makani Akoa definitely has stepped up in the backcourt a little bit. They've added Loxa here this season. This has been kind of the surprise team of the league here at this point. So LA is not good enough, I don't think, to be covering a number here. I'm taking Phoenix here today. All right. And let's see what we got here. Thank you. Abel's on the over with the Aces and the Storm. Oh, we're on that one. I missed it here. Abel liked Asia Wilson to get a double-double, also over in that Las Vegas game. Abel says time to spark it up here. He likes Plum to get over her point total today. And
Major lineman.
I know I've told the story many a times, but did you know that when I was a freshman in high school, the quarterback of the team, and of course I was a big football, already a football fan, and I was like, I'm Mr. Journalist, I'm covering the team, I'm a freshman, and the quarterback was Kelsey Plum's dad. Had his locker right near me.
Team playing.
That was a good team. All right, here's Sparks money line with Plum to go over. Have you ever seen, right? So have you ever seen Kelsey Plum, like when they throw the T-shirts she throws it like a quarterback, like she could throw it all the way up there to the upper deck. That's obvious. She's throwing a football around with her dad. And the way she passes the ball, too. Mercury run line here. And
Major line move.
all right, let's go to the last one here right now with the Minnesota Lynx, of course, big favorite here for Minneapolis or Minnesota, 11-point favorite. They're up to like 11.5 or 12 here, going up against the Valkyries today in this one. But again, the Valkyries, look, it does feel like they are a big, I want to say, surprise, yes. But I think they've allowed to build the Valkyries out pretty good. I mean, I don't mind this lineup here necessarily, but now that everybody's in there, now that Valerie Burton is playing well, and let me just mark these. Here we go. Valerie Burton, playing well. Obviously, Salon, she had a killer game there last time. Now, look, Janelle Salon is going to be a player that, maybe people haven't necessarily heard of yet, but she had 18 points last game.
Lineup.
13 rebounds in the loss to the Liberty. She has come on very, very strong here right now, and to me is looks like an impact player, actually. So continue to watch for Salon here. Her stock is rising rapidly, but look, they have Kayla Thornton, they have Fagbanley as well there lining up at center. Nafisa Collier comes into this game very, very questionable, right? If I'm not mistaken, she missed last game. I believe she's a game time decision here. Remember, she missed the last game at the last minute and did not play against Phoenix. They still won the game, did not cover. We don't know the status yet of Collier. The total here has dropped a full 7 points off of the opener here right now. And I don't know if that, I know it's a lot on Collier, and these two teams are a combined 2-7 to the under. Golden State's gone under in every game so far this season, but this one has dropped a lot. And we don't know the status of Collier here for sure, but I've got to take Golden State right now in this one. Give me the Valkyries here to get another cover. They are 3-2 against the spread, 3-2 against the spread as a dog. Minnesota's just 2-4 against the spread so far, although 2-1 against the spread on the road. They are by far and away the better team here, but again, maybe a little bit of an overlook. And I think the Valkyries, I'm not saying they're even going to, get out of this situation and make the playoffs or anything, but Salon rapidly improving. I think this starting lineup is good. I think the depth is poor for the Valkyries, but they got Talbot too, don't forget. All right, that's going to do it for the WNBA. And here we go with, let's see, Wilfred. Oh, Wilfred said Mercury run line there, or Mercury lay it. And Wilfred said he likes the Lynx game to go over as well. And maybe so, Wilfred. Now that it's gone down that much, I kind of want to go on the over too. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, but I almost want to go over now. But really want to see about Collier. And you know what? That is a late game tonight at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Okay, let's go to the UFL because I know Abel can't. He maybe get a chance to. He probably didn't know I was going to come in with a little bit of a preview anyway, and I think he just thought that he wanted to get his plays in. So thank you to Abel, but I'm going to look at him here real quick. Again, these games don't have any meaning right now. I'm not going big on them, but I'm covered this league all season long. We're going to wrap it up here, the regular season right now with these games here today with Arlington taking on San Antonio. Arlington opened as low as 3.5 and are all the way up to 7.5. Usually these late season moves are right on. And this one probably will be too, even though they're, like I said, nothing to play for right now as far as the UFL is concerned with this season wrapping up. Right now for the Renegades, they are the just 4-5. They've been eliminated from the postseason. San Antonio, same thing for San Antonio, 1-8. So nothing to play for here. Arlington is a much better team. I'll take Arlington in this one. And let's see here. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and this is the last game of the season after all. So give me Arlington and the over. I'm not going to send out any free plays or anything like that on that game. But we do have the Stallions taking on the Showboats in this one from the USFL conference. And we know the Stallions are headed into the postseason for sure. Now, the steam came in on Memphis here. Stallions have nothing to play for. They've already wrapped it up here right now. They finished their 6-3 coming into this one. The Showboats are just 2-7 so far this season. The Showboats did kind of take the action here in this one. The steam came in on them, but I think Birmingham is just by far and away the better team. So give me Birmingham here. I'll fade that steam a little bit. Birmingham, much better than Memphis. Memphis might be the worst. They are 0-4 at home so far this season. So, all right. I think that is going to do it here right now for let me do my little commercial here if I can. You can get more plays from me today, including my picks in college baseball. I'm going to give a couple here out in the early. We went 5-0 yesterday on the show. I know you guys know that. You guys were here. We knocked it out of the park early on. So let's do it again here right now as we get ready for our action in college baseball. But look, it's going to be fast and furious today, so you better get in touch with me and here and subscribe for just 50 cents a day. When you subscribe for 1 month at $19.95 and use the discount code STEAM at checkout. This is how you get more plays from me every day here from Sports Money Network, my best plays. Look, we've got some other packages. You can get Mike's plays through the YouTube extended his package there as well. But if you want to get plays from me, this is how you do it. This is how we do it. And go over to winnable.com/Ramon, get signed up, and use that promo code STEAM. If you sign up today, I'll double your subscription, whatever it is. Or if you want a longer, you just tell me. I'm in charge of the subscriptions and all that over there. I take care of that. So I run the show with my subscriptions. So join me over there at winnable.com. All right. Appreciate it. Let's give a couple plays out and end the show here right now with the action here in college baseball today with these early starts. I got to look at, the lines are moving here. This is a little bit done on the fly, but hey, we went 5-0 yesterday. I mean, I have all my numbers and figures here right now. It's just that I've got to kind of look at the line on the fly and, make sure I give out a great play. And you guys are welcome to give out the plays as well here. But you want to look at the current line real quick on these games and on the early games here. There are 6 games that are going to go off here before basically the top of the hour. In 40 minutes, there will be 6 games that begin. Let me just write the line down here a little bit so I can compare it to what we're doing, okay? All right, here we go. I think I'm going to have 3 plays on the card here on the out of the 6. So yesterday I did them all, but Abel got it. Abel heard the song there. Okay. I'll read the lines out too, maybe here. Okay, here we go for college baseball early games right now. And again, I'll have another update for those 3 p.m. games. Remember, there are games at 6 p.m. tonight as well. So it's a great schedule today of college baseball. All right. Georgia and Oklahoma State in this one. You've got Georgia, a favorite here, pretty big favorite, probably a little bit too high here. I might want to consider Oklahoma State here in this one, maybe on what is the run line here with Oklahoma State? The widely reported steam did come in on Georgia in this game, but it looks a little, I feel like it's a little bit too high. Here. Let me see. Oklahoma State plus 1.5 at minus 115. Give me the Cowboys in this one on the run line. I like the total. I'm going to send it out here in just a moment. My total, so hopefully you're signed up at winnable.com. My best play is going to be on the total in that game. Okay, next up, Oklahoma and Nebraska. You have Oklahoma here, another one, a big $1.60 favorite here, and the total is 11 the total is 12 there in that one. Okay, I like another run. I'm going to try Nebraska on the run line here at plus 1.5 at minus 120. I'm going to take Nebraska. This one's going to be a close game. Good pitching maybe in this game, but give me Nebraska here on the run line. I'm going to have a premium for sure. Clemson and UK, Florida and East Carolina, Wake Forest and Cincy. I do have premiums here coming out in just about 10 minutes. But one more here on the show, Northeastern and Mississippi State. Mississippi State is about $1.50 or so here. It's gone down a little bit right now. The steam came in on Northeastern here. It looks like it's made a little bit of value here for Mississippi State. The total's down to 11.5 under, maybe 11 over. Give me the under here with Northeastern and Mississippi State as my morning steam play there. And I think that is going to do it here on the show. Let me see here. You know what? I think I can give out maybe just a couple of more here real quick of games that I like. Okay, here we go. I like Dallas Baptist today, and you know what? I like a minus 7.5 runs. I've got Dallas Baptist to crush UALR today, lay 7.5 runs against Little Rock in that one. And also another one I'm looking at here, I think another big favorite. Let me make sure I got this one right. And I'm going to lay 5 runs here with Vanderbilt over Wright State. I think it's over here for Wright State. A little bit of a Cinderella here. I like Vanderbilt minus 5 runs. Okay. Or 4.5 juiced. Okay, I think that is going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you for joining me here. Join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for more Morning Steam. We'll preview the action for Major League Baseball, and we're going to get ready for our NBA and NHL championship finals here. One more note before we get started. The Las Vegas Aces are taking the steam here right now against Seattle. Well, I just said take Seattle. I like them. And now that I'm getting off the air here, I'm going to be able to get a little bit of a better number. So thank you guys for staying with me all the way so I can get a 3.5 or maybe even 4 here with Seattle. The Aces are taking the steam right now. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam. Be back tomorrow for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to